So here we are inside of the master computer now, and you can see we've got the PolyBuilder menu, and it's undergone a little bit of some cosmetics changes. The one thing that I will mention now is that the outside material that makes the border in the back and everything, as well as the screen material, are editable, so you will be able to change out the windows to more closely match your own personal style. So just like before, we have the materials up here, basic shapes along the bottom here. Um, if you want to use a material, you can do that. If you want to make your own color, you can use these sliders here. Another cool thing that you've noticed now is that these sliders are controlling this little paint palette. We'll throw a couple of those over there in varying colors. One yellow, one red. There we go. We'll just throw those over there. Just because I haven't quite finished the lines yet, the removal of the lines, sorry. So you can see we have this marker. We can draw. If you use this, you can make a thinner line or, of course, a thicker line, and that's just on the D-pad. Now to change the color, you just dip it into your paint bucket. You now have a different color. You can do that same thing, make it bigger if you want, make it super thin so you can do some fine lines. We'll just go ahead and draw something out. There you go. Happy face, and give it a body. There you go. It is a stick person. Um, you'll also notice if you go back and find the very start of your lines, you can pick them up, move them around. You can kind of see it a little bit better on this one. It's got the ending there. But that's that. When you're done, you will be able to eventually just delete all that. For now, it doesn't actually deal with the lines. It only deals with that. But you can scale up your trash can, scale it down for finer deletes, that sort of thing. So you can see we've got on this controller, we've got that. Distance and Z rotate. If I press it, it changes the controller color and shows me what's different. But again, I could have scale on this one, and if I want to, for example, have rotate Z on this one, scale on this one, I can. It's going to give me a little bit more control over what's going on. So since I guess we drew a stick person like that, we'll start building out a stick person over here in 3D with blocks. So I didn't cover this in the last video, but once these are placed, you can pick them up, scale them, rotate them, move them around again. They're not locked yet. In order to lock them, there's going to be a lock tool down here, and that's going to lock your world so you can share it and not have anybody mess with it. Another one you're going to see here is the canvas marker, and the canvas marker is not quite implemented yet, but what that does, it does not draw in the world, it draws only on bricks directly, so you can color in your bricks and make custom whatever you'd like. So we'll just go ahead and pull these material out because I think this one always looks like an eyeball a little bit. We'll grab our copy tool so we get an exact copy. Size wise, pull the trigger. There you go. The preview for this is coming as well. So soon you will be able to, oops, you will be able to see what you have on your paste. So once you have that, there's the rotate one I was looking for, is on the other hand. I normally do it a little bit backwards. We'll give this little stick person some eyes. There you go. We'll make some sort of a little mouth type thing. Let's actually just go ahead and use that. It's going to come out really large just because it is a very large item. It's still there. Some of these meshes are only one-sided though, so we still have to work on clearing that up. Scale that around, maybe make it like so. Make it a little bit smaller, like so. And there you go. It's got a little mouth now. Cool. So it's, a little stick person. I am not a great artist, so of course, if you are artistically inclined, your creations are going to look far better than mine are. The trash can now deletes all of your tools as well. When you're done with that, you can just press the trigger and it's going to self-delete. So now we will talk about the selections. The square selection works exactly the same. It's just a square shape. So this is going to allow you to pick up groups of objects and move them around as well. You can drop it, smack a copy against here, and it's going to copy everything inside of there. Pull the trigger, it's going to make a full copy of that. Um, you can see, move it around, let it go, grab another section, uh, move it around however you'd like. When you're all done, you can do that. And like I said before, if you want to mass delete areas, you can kind of scale this up larger, move it around. It's going to clean up the whole area. If you want a really fine delete, you can make it as small as you need to touch only the object you want. I kind of touched briefly on these a little bit already, but these are pre-built static mesh items. When you grab them, drag them out, they will come out to a more reasonable working size, and you can scale those up in the world as big as you'd like. You can see we're quickly climbing to bigger than you would ever need. We are now, what is that, 25 billion times the original size. Which you definitely will not need to do. As you can see, we could only see the very inside of it. Make that more manageable. Of course, when you're all done, pull it out and delete it, get rid of your trash can to clean that up. The next thing we have here is the skeletal meshes. Same difference, stretch, scale, rotate, do what you please with them. You can see we can do whatever we want here. Same thing. If this menu is open, it doesn't matter. You can delete that menu with the trash can or not. So now that we've got that, we'll grab another mesh off, and we are on scale. So I'm just going to make sure I'm on rotate Z and scale on this side. So the next thing I'm going to quickly talk about is the panel, which isn't quite done yet, but this panel is going to be where you set all of the options for the monster's health, whether it chases the players or not, and that type of thing. So if you've closed out that menu and you need to get back into it to edit this later, you can just grab a hold of a key, throw it in. There you go. It's opened the menu back up. Just make sure when you're sharing this with your friends that you pull your keys out and delete them before you move on. So we will also talk about quickly this tool here. And this tool here serves two purposes. Firstly, as you can see, it's got a measurement up. So one interesting note to keep in mind, the start is going to be the one that's straight up and down here, and the one that came in a little bit crooked is actually going to be the ending line, so you can keep those straight. But what you can do with these lines, in addition to measuring something, you can see that that gap is 4 meters. You can also use these lines to path your bad guys. So you can see, touch it with the start one, it's going to move along to the finish. You can put that finish way over here, do the same thing, clip it on there, and it's going to move. And it does respect the height difference between the two of them and move along the line accordingly. So you can see, there you go, if you want to make it, go up a flight of stairs or whatever it is that you want, you're going to be able to set some options here within the monster as well that are going to allow you to change um, the behavior and the times on the paths. And another cool feature, you can see we've got the start here. So we're going to grab the start and bring it up here in line with the ending. I think that works. There we go, they're combined now. And I'm just gonna make this one flat so it's easier to work with. You can see over here. So what we're gonna do now is attach this one to this path here, and it's going to follow along. When it gets to the end, which was not quite set properly, there we go, make it a little bit lower, and we'll try that one again. So there you go, it's going to go along the pathway. When it reaches the next one, it's going to intersect with that one, move along to the other path. This is just in case you want to make them move along predefined pathways, and of course it's going to work regardless of the scale. Where is it? There it is. So you can make your monsters whatever size you want. It does still need a little bit of TLC, which it will get before the 3.0 release coming up very soon for everybody. So now that we've kind of covered everything in the new PolyBuilder menu, we'll just quickly kind of show off some of the quick loading system, because everybody loves that. There you go, loading. And this world is fully editable because I have those options set. So I can use this as a starting for my own little creation and build whatever I'd like using this as a zone. Pull out the PolyBuilder menu and continue working on whatever I'd like. You can see we haven't actually changed worlds at all. We are in the exact same world. As I said, before everything loads around you, we'll just pull that off, and then we will get another disk off of there like so. There you go, pull it off. It's all done, and boom, there you go, you've loaded into another city. Like I said, all of them are editable. You can edit things around to your likings, and all of these meshes and everything will be available to you in the static mesh selection. As well, you'll be able to add item information to them, stats, that type of thing. So for example, if you come over here and you were to pick up something, we'll use that a little bit. If you were to pick up a newspaper or something, or find this hidden area, they could unlock something, or whatever it is that you want to do with your items. The sky's the limit. You're going to be able to make equipable items as well as static items that people can just look at. In addition, to our static meshes, of course, you could just create your own using the builder program and import those in. The sky really is the limit. There is no sort of limitations on anything that we've arbitrarily imposed on you. If you can see it or think of it, you can do it. And if you can't, please send us a message in our Discord, and we will try to add those features so that everything's more feature rich for you. If you see anything you think you might like to make a comment on, go ahead and join us in Discord. Our Discord is ssz.ca/chat, and that's going to bring you into our Discord. And our website is ssz.ca. You can play any of the standalone versions of the games we're about to roll into the 3.0 release anytime you'd like. So I hope you've all had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you in the next video. So long for now.